Yo, 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 yo. Here we are with the podcast that has no name, and this is the first ever Teachers Edition. So we have 4 teachers, myself, Matt Ames. Who else do we have on the mic today?
This is Mrs. Davis.
Corn dog.
This is Mr. Crongeyer.
And today we're going to talk about our love and passion, the Detroit Lions. So let's start here with our group. What do we have to say about the season so far?
I just got to ask a question first. Anybody's back sore after watching that block from Craig Reynolds last week?
That was game changer.
Yeah,
That was, yeah.
I hurt just sitting there watching it.
That would have been a typical Lions 4-yard gain turned into a first down to a TD. That's what's different about this year.
Sure.
Or we would have had a penalty.
Or we would have had a penalty.
They would have come back on a holding penalty or something.
Or a fumble. There's a long list of things that could have happened with the old Lions.
Yeah, so what do we have to say about the same old Lions? Are we still the same old Lions?
Definitely not. I mean, just the penalties themselves, like not having as many penalties called against us and just not making the mistakes that they were making before. It's just definitely a different Lions team.
I think the depth of the team is part of the key. We've got players in the past that would never make another roster, and they were starters or key players for us. This year we've got backups that would start with half the league. So the depth has been a huge addition to the 5-1 Lions.
Yeah, I would echo that. I would also say that our draft picks, are actually playing. Our second-round picks aren't sitting on the bench only to be released 3 years after being drafted. So that's been huge more than anything, hitting on those draft picks.
I don't know. Some would say this is a fluke, that they've won some fluky games, that they've had to play the Chiefs without their best players, and maybe we haven't had to play the best teams yet.
Well, nobody's crying about David Montgomery not being there. If they go into Baltimore and beat the Ravens, are we going to call that a fluke?
I would ask the people that think this season's a fluke if they could even spell the word fluke.
I don't know. I'm not an English teacher.
I mean, didn't they play a game without David Montgomery and still won, I believe?
I believe you are correct. And
And,
a half last week.
And St. Brown's
And
been out.
St. Brown's been out. Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs has been out.
J-Mo's been out.
We lost Brian Branch for a couple games, so
What do we have to
win
think about
without our
this
good players.
upcoming weekend? We've got a big game in Baltimore.
I think the key, Lamar Jackson throws the ball about as good as Brett Coron has his slap shot. I think if they keep him from running, I think I'm not afraid of his passing abilities. I think if they keep him from running, we get the dub.
It'll be a big statement game, that's for sure. If we can win
Agreed.
this one.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a road game? Will it be our first road game of the season? We appear to have had home games every game so far. Are we going to travel like we did, or is Baltimore not going to give up their tickets?
You guys have tickets?
Not currently.
Nope, not for this one.
No roadies.
No
Okay.
roadies. Yes.
No. My heart's still in Kansas City.
I believe as the season goes on, the traveling Lions are just going to continue to get bigger and bigger. And when we turn that TV on and hear "Let's Go Lions," about third quarter every game, it's just going to keep getting louder and louder.
So I've got a question, maybe a little controversial. Jared Goff. Where do we put him in the list of quarterbacks in the league?
He's definitely in the upper echelon. I think he's, at minimum, made himself a top 10 quarterback in the league right now.
He's playing like it.
Yeah.
He's definitely playing the best football of his career, I would say, this year, end of last year.
Lock them up.
I think a big part of that is that offensive line. And it doesn't seem to matter who's back there. They're giving him lots of time. Don't get me wrong, he's playing well, but Ben Johnson has some great plays and great design he has set up, and that line is giving him plenty of time to make his reads, and they're playing great.
Yeah, the lines on both the offense and the defense are really setting the tone for this team. And I think that is the biggest difference this year compared to years past.
I think one of the keys to us is keeping Taylor Swift out of Detroit.
I agree.
She doesn't need to be at
100%.
any games, no practices, not dating any of the players. If we can be Taylor free, it's going to keep us distraction free.
All business.
Can anyone name the guard who started for us this week? All of us watched the game. Can anybody say what that player's name is?
It was Graham Glasgow and Dan Skipper, right?
No, Dan Skipper came in.
Glasgow was. You went on, what, both sides?
Who was the other guard?
It was someone I've never heard of. I know when I saw this.
Oh, it's the rookie. Yeah, what is his name?
He is a no-name player.
He is a no-name. He fits this podcast.
Yes. All right, it looks like I am out. I have a parent, so you guys can continue or wrap this up.
All right, let's wrap this up.